So it was the hardest thing I've ever done. It's like stopping now, but I'm gotta keep going.
2021 was the craziest year of my life. I was challenged this year like I have never been before. Sometimes I flew, and sometimes I fell. This year changed me like no other year has done before. The person I was at the start of the year compared to the person I am now are complete strangers. And since recording this, I only have 321 subscribers. I'm probably a stranger to you too. So before I tell you why this year changed who I am, let me actually tell you who I am. Rewind.
Blakey. Hello.
Hello. Blake.
On the 21st of February 1998, I came into this world as Blake Richard Johnson, but you can call me Blake. My mum and dad were the parents that never missed anything I did, and with my older brother and sister, I of course was the spoiled baby in the family. Look, I was a bit of an oddball growing up. I always liked to do things that are different and couldn't care less about what people thought. For example, in high school, I was in a school circus group that actually got to go perform at the one and only Anaheim Disneyland and be in the Disneyland parade performing juggling and magic tricks. Yeah, how was your normal high school? I also needed to have my hair perfect in school. And hey, perfect is subjective. The only sport I ever played while growing up was AFL, and I still play today with the goal of trying to make the big leagues. From the age of 17, I always thought I'd live this crazy life and do big things. I honestly just wanted my life to be like a movie, full of action, adventure, love, conflicts, but with everything working out as I ride off into the sunset. But people around me would always tell me, life isn't a movie. I always disregarded that statement because I always wanted to be this larger-than-life character that is the hero in the story. My story. This is the story of how 2021 changed me. Let's start at the best part. Love. I met a girl in January that became my absolute rock for the entire year. Help, I'm being attacked! This was taken on the first night we met. I have no idea where I'd be if I had never met this girl. But I guarantee you, I would not be where I am today. Jasmine was the one who helped me get out of my rut and actually suggested I do this.
Running a marathon. I'm in a lot of pain.
This was by far the hardest thing I've ever done. And then I did the next hardest thing I've ever done. I'm about to walk 100 kilometers on this treadmill. We've just done a marathon.
Yeah, I need a break.
I feel so delusional.
Oh, I can't even speak.
Yeah! The moment I stepped off that treadmill, I was never the same. It is done. These crazy physical challenges truly proved to myself that our bodies are capable of so much more than we actually think. A marathon after 30 days training.
How many more laps, Blake?
Two more to go.
Walking 100 kilometers in a day.
I'm so glad that's over.
I still can't even comprehend that in my head. Because our mind loves to limit ourselves to what we can truly push ourselves to do. And this year I traveled. And no thanks to COVID, it wasn't on a plane. Well, except for this. Instead, I explored my own backyard in Western Australia.
You can see it right behind me right here. Look at that.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. Every time I left the city, I came back as a new man. Because going out to nature, getting rid of your phone, and just enjoying the beautiful scenery around you completely refills you up, re-energizes you, and gets you ready to take on the next challenge in your life. And life was full of challenges, but also full of great prizes. I achieved the greatest prize that you can get when you play AFL.
There it is. It's it. Continent Football Club League Grand Final winners for 2021. They've won this game. 8 goals, 16, 24 scoring shots, 64. Knocked off Reading Football Club.
To present the Baxter Medal this year to number 38 for Cunningham and Blake Johnson.
Well done to the big fella there. He was absolutely exceptional on Tommy Lee today.
Won a final, and now won a grand final with the boys.
And this year I went back to playing semi-professional football with my eyes locked on making AFL. And that's a promise. It was also the year that I started a company with my best friend, and I was on my way to building a big video production company. I felt compelled to start a new movement, and I did this by starting a podcast called The 5,000 Week Journey. I took a leap of faith and I left the bird's nest of mama's house and finally moved out to my own place. And here's some other cool shit that I did. I drove a Tesla and I let strangers come in and drive. I dyed my hair. I shaved my head. I made my first music video for my rap song. I climbed one of the biggest mountains in Western Australia. I learned to dance, strip dance. I performed my strip dance. I performed my rap song on stage. I handcuffed myself to Diego for a day. My channel grew from 130 to 321. For the first time, I actually stuck to a gym program and saw some pretty awesome results. Damn! I think it's fair to say I've had a pretty awesome year. And I would honestly just love to end this video right here and have you think that I am this larger than life character and that I am a hero in this movie. But as I come to find out for myself, life isn't a movie. And I feel like this wasn't the year I got to ride off into the sunset. And even though this is what you guys and probably a lot of other people see, this is what actually happened this year.
This is so hard, man. Just trying to run a company, trying to do my YouTube, trying to do these challenges. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to sort shit out. I'm trying to be creative. I'm trying to do all these things, and everything just seems like a fucking fail. I'm just a fucking wreck at the moment.
This year I lived paycheck to paycheck, which gave me crippling anxiety.
$4.12, and that one's nothing, and that one's nothing.
And a lot of times throughout the year I had no job. I was constantly borrowing money from my parents, brother, girlfriend, and started to accumulate a lot of debt with some loans.
Last week, I had to borrow $1,000 from mum.
I felt humiliated because I had to actually move back home with my parents. And that was because the company failed. I decided I wanted to leave to pursue other things, and that made me jobless and broke.
And I actually sold just then my PlayStation 4 that I got for my 18th birthday. I didn't want to sell it because of sentimental value, but I mean, I need it. I need the money.
The movement we started ended because I didn't really feel connected to it, and so that was over after a couple of months. Throughout the year, I accumulated weeks of mild depression, sometimes not getting out of bed till after 12 p.m. It just felt like the world was against me. And when you have to compete against the entire world, it's kind of like, what's the point of even trying? And this was the first time in my life that I had started to believe that I may never be the person I had always thought I'd be when growing up. And that really fucked with my head. I felt like I was losing control within my own life, and I had started to prove other people right and let my limitations become who I am.
Just right now, what I'm doing is I'm trusting the journey that I'm on, and these are all limitations that no one has set on me. I've set them on myself. These are all limitations that I've set and self-sabotaging, and then actually finding ways to defy them, overcome, build yourself to become a better person.
I just gotta keep pushing through, I guess. Alright.
As much as all that hurts, it's a part of my life. And without it, it wouldn't make me who I am today. What I discovered this year is that even though my life isn't a movie, I found out that I am the hero of my own story. Because without the pain, there is no growth. Without the fear, there is no courage. And without challenges, there are no changes. And throughout this entire year, I finally discovered my purpose in life. And that is to defy limitations for myself and for others. Everything I have ever done in my life was to overcome limits that other people set on me, but more importantly, that I set on myself. And so, I'm officially launching my new movement, Defy Limitations, to help people overcome self-sabotage behavior and challenge themselves to be better by finding out what their limitations are and defying them. Woo! My goal for 2022 is to build a community of defiers, people who challenge the status quo to face their own limitations in life that they have set on themselves because they thought they weren't worthy of achieving them. You are the hero of your story. But to become the hero, you must begin to start defying your limitations. And I can guarantee you that when you face these limitations and push yourself past the point of what you believe is possible, the hero you are then begins to level up. We have just launched a website and social media page in order to bring a community together of people who constantly want to challenge themselves, a community of defiers. And that for me was 2021. I am so looking forward to what 2022 has in store for me. And although it's been an up and down ride this year, I wouldn't change it for a thing.